the new Spurs roster as it's currently configured. Now that the dust is somewhat settled, what are we looking at?
Well, here's how they got there. Splitter was in the middle. When they trade him away, they pick up $18.8 million in cap room, and they say, hey, LaMarcus, we got it for you, and he gets all of it. So he comes in the middle, and it all had to do with Tim Duncan giving up what he gave up. But take a look, a spin around this roster now. You see LaMarcus, you could play him in the middle, or you could play him at the power forward. That's his natural position. So switch him and Duncan, right?
Exactly, and both of them are good enough. They can shoot it away, particularly LaMarcus. They can pass the ball. A lot of flexibility. You would say maybe they're not true center, power forward combination, but Pop will find a way to make those two work together.
And there's a little bit about the passing of the torch, 39-year-old to 29-year-old, and saying, you're now with this 20-something crowd, you're going to take over, right?
We weren't at lunch with Pop and LaMarcus Aldridge, but it may have been, hey, if you want somebody to mentor you at the 4 spot, there's the best guy you could ever ask for. And if and when he ever decides to retire, pretty good guy to pass the torch to.
Well, and it sounds like that message certainly resonated with the younger Aldridge. As we say, it's one thing to say he's younger, but to see the 10-year difference is something else. You say Pop's going to find a way to make him fit into the system. How does he do that?
Well, first of all, it's easy. He's adding a second-team All-NBA player. He's adding a great player. But L.A. does a couple of things that really make a difference. You can put him in pick and rolls. He can open the floor because he's a very good deep shooter. This past year, he took 105 threes. Now, I don't think he's going to take a ton of them, but TP's got Tony Parker over on the left wing. Let's bring Duncan down to the box, Coach Penn. Thank you very much.
Okay, Coach. Now
all right, here we go. They'll run a pick and roll right there. You got Tony Parker coming off the pick and roll. L.A. spotting up, popping out right there. He can shoot it. Tim Duncan ducking in. That's a pretty good combination. And if he decides to swing the ball to the weak side, you got Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard who can bury threes. But Aldridge can play outside or inside. You can put him on either box. He's an excellent low post player. He's got that Hakeem fadeaway shot. He can pass the ball. He's probably going to pass it and handle it away from the basket with the Spurs a lot more than he did in Portland. We're used to seeing him in Portland getting double-teamed and passing out of double teams. He's not going to see as many double teams with the Spurs because look at these other guys he's going to be playing with. He's a willing defender. He'll blend into that system. You don't play in San Antonio unless you defend. You had him in LA, and in Portland, LA's willing to defend.
Oh, willing defender. Willing to do whatever. I think at this point in his career, he's going to pass the ball when he needs to pass it, shoot it when he needs to shoot it, and finish under pressure, which he's proven in Portland.
This one's a little small, but he's about rings right now. He'll do whatever Pop asks him to do.